What is up, guys? Screwstone here from Gamecore Online, and I'm here with a couple of friends. Introduce yourself.
Hey guys, what's up? Leaf X here.
Hey, this is Crocket.
And Adam.
And E3 is right around the corner. Microsoft and Sony have revealed their next big thing. So what do they got in store for us? Did they do a good job at their reveal conference? But most importantly, what do they got to do to win the crowd at E3? And that's what we're here to talk about. So, anybody, how do you feel about the length of the Sony's conference?
All right, I guess I'll start off. I thought at points they were just kind of floating their own boat a little bit. There was a couple points. Just PS3's been great this generation. PS2 did great their gen, and they were just saying how great they were sometimes. But I felt like the length of the conference wasn't terrible. They covered everything they needed to, I think, for now, and kept us guessing. I don't know what anyone else thought about it.
Yeah, you think they did a good presentation, or they were just fucking around?
I thought it was pretty good. I thought they got across the points that they needed to get across, specifically pointing out that they're here to make games. They're there for the core audience, and they showed exactly what they needed to, but still left us guessing. Right? I thought it was a pretty well done conference. Nothing exciting, getting people all riled up in that, but it was a conference, and that was the point of it, right? They got.
What do you think, Croc?
Well, I think it was more just to, like Leaf said, to get suspicion about what's going to actually be coming to us. I know they didn't have a whole lot in the line of games, so that's something that I'm sure they'll be showing in E3. But yeah, no. Other than that, though, they did a good job of letting us know what the console could do and the different capabilities, other than the actual gaming aspect of it.
Hit me with something, Adam. What do you got?
Hopefully they show something of the Vita too. Some more stuff they could do with it.
Yeah.
Maybe some more titles.
There was there's actually a few things. Sorry to cut you there. There's a few things they were talking about. There's going to be a lot more, a big Vita show apparently at E3. There's apparently a lot coming for the Vita owners, which I'm excited for because as a Vita owner myself. But no, you're totally right there. I think they definitely need to show the interaction between the two systems.
Yeah, I don't think that they were trying to show a lot. They were just trying to talk about the PS4. But I think the conference was a little too long, longer than what it should have been. I feel like they wasted a lot of time in big speeches. And every time they were talking about the PS4, they would just mumble about something else, and they would never get straight to the point.
Well, that's what I was saying. Yeah, sometimes they were just kind of floating their own boat and kind of praising themselves a bit. I mean, sure, they may deserve it, but it's a conference. You're not supposed to be bragging.
Yeah, but it was also long because they invited some big developers, which is a good thing,
Mm-hmm.
But if the developers are happy with the system, then most likely they're going to create the games for the PS4 and then make a port for the Xbox One, which is a good thing.
So, and that was the biggest thing. Yeah, they were there for the developers, and you could really tell that, especially with the praise you saw after the conference from developers about how much support Sony's giving them with this console, and they definitely learned from the PS3 because apparently that was a nightmare to develop on, and
yeah.
So it's a good thing they've learned from their mistakes. I feel like Sony's headed in a good direction right now. Kaz Hirai's doing really good with the company, restructuring and everything. He's doing a really good job getting them out of their hole that they're in right now.
Yeah. So, Adam, what do you think about Microsoft reveal conference?
They could have showed some of the titles that they were going to release out of everything.
They had a couple trailers though, didn't they?
No, it was in-game footage. Remember?
Yeah.
Was it? Oh.
No, it was definitely
just yeah, pretty
And
big.
it wasn't like anything exclusive either. It was Call of Duty, EA.
One of my favorite things was during their conference, once they started announcing Call of Duty, Sony or PlayStation, sorry, actually tweeted, "Call of Duty is coming out for the PS4 later this year." ... Showing that they didn't really show anything exclusive to that system.
Yeah.
Well, they did show that one game. I can't find the
Quantum
remember
Break.
the name. Quantum Break. Yeah, that one with the tie-in show and everything. That's kind of cool. Like if you ever played Alan Wake, it's from the same developers.
Oh,
And
okay.
it could be something interesting. That if that game was a pretty well-received game, so it'd be interesting to see what's going to go on with that. I know the trailer, not being gameplay, was all pre-baked stuff, but it still looked like it could lead to something interesting. So, and especially with this show, like I don't know, I'm not a big television watcher, but
Well, it's just
still,
cool to see them in blend different medias together.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
always a neat thing. Like Eve Online, I know is also starting.
Oh yeah, with
They
that,
have a TV show or something coming along too.
I heard about that actually.
We're talking about the TVs with the Xbox, right? The
The
like
Well,
cartoon.
watching TV with
I
the
guess that kind
Xbox.
of ties in.
Like
They also have a Halo series coming.
well, I'm not gonna lie, people actually use it. Like if I go on my
Oh
friends
yeah,
list, there's a ton of people watching TV with their
Mhm.
Xbox. So it's not like it's not being used. You know what I mean?
Oh, and I feel like that was a big factor in Microsoft deciding to make their conference about TV, is because the majority of people on their Xbox are using TV. It's true. I've been over to friends' houses playing Xbox, and their friends list is just people watching TV. So
yeah, they
Yeah, but
definitely hit something that people are, that people like. It's just maybe they focused on it a bit too much, you know.
yeah.
I guess this is a good lead into the next topic then. What do you guys think then about them just talking about TV and really not showing
Well,
games?
here's the thing, like their conference wasn't that long or short. It was good, but that's not what the people wanted to see. I
No.
feel like they were trying to tell us what we wanted to see, but not giving us what we wanted to see, which was games.
Hmm. Well, Microsoft's got to realize that the Xbox is a gaming console. And
Right.
I understand it's going to have other features, but when you're announcing a system for gamers, you should probably show games.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's basically all about. Any of
Yeah,
these
but
consoles, really.
we also got to defend it in some way. Like they were doing this so whenever E3 comes, they don't got to do it and waste time in it. And
Right.
I'm sure in E3 they will show a lot of things that people want to see. And who knows, maybe they will win E3, even though PS4 is doing a lot better now because of their conference.
I feel like it might have been the opposite way for Sony now. I feel like Sony held off on a lot of their features to save that for E3. So it's going to be kind of an
Right.
opposite thing. One did their features and the other did games, and then it's going to be switched around for the conference or at E3. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm honestly, I obviously have a little bit of bias. I was going into the Xbox conference not expecting much, but when I went into it and I saw what they had, I kind of laughed a bit because the whole not showing games thing. But I am actually kind of impressed with what they did bring to the table. Kind of bringing a system that does everything. And that's what I've always wanted, is something that incorporates all my media consumption into one box. Now,
Well,
as
that's like
long
a
as
PC.
yeah, and exactly, but for the living room, right? It's something
Yeah,
that's accessible to everyone. You don't have to go out and
it
build it
is easier
Well,
to
yourself.
here's the
get
thing.
into.
We're in 2013. A PC is a necessity. Every home has it. You need it for school, work, entertainment.
Hmm.
So I think Microsoft might have gone in a little too late for that because everyone has a PC. Almost everyone.
But the thing is, a PC is not shareable as a TV screen is,
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
Yeah, not
When I
everyone
s-
has a PC in their living room.
I
yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
I can tell
So
you that.
Well, some people do, I know.
I think most of us here do, but
Yeah, I do too.
but
But I know, like the average, family with kids and stuff, they're not going to have a computer next to their TV or anything, right? Whereas this is where something where their kid can come home from school, play a game, their parents can watch their show while they're like at school, as opposed to one person doing something on the computer and then the TV is taken up from that.
yeah,
That's all.
I think one of my favorite things about it is is the HDMI pass through. So you can hook up your cable box or whatever you want to it, so it can control it. I think my favorite thing is going to be playing my PS3 through the Xbox One. I
Can you do that?
I
That's
think
Yeah,
you should
can
be able
you?
to.
that's hilarious, actually.
HDMI pass through. I don't see why not.
Xbox
Uh,
not supporting PS4.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Xbox turn PS4 on. But I think it'll be. I think one of my favorite things, just to keep on track here, is my favorite things about the features that they announced was, um, you could be playing a game or watching TV or whatever, and you grab your hands and throw them together, and it puts it into a little corner, and you can see live stream of other things that are happening. And I think that'd be really cool if I had my PS3 hooked up through it. I'll play my PS3, do that grab thing, and then I can have the Xbox interface with, say, like a live stream of tweets or Facebook updates or whatever I choose to have there. I feel like it's just the way they did it was a good idea because it's going to allow me to consume more information, and that's what I love doing.
Here's the thing. I found it fucking funny whenever that dude said, you can be playing a game, listening to music, watching TV, talking to a friend. Bitch, I'm gonna have a fucking seizure right there. If I do all those things. Like
Lights and
talk,
sounds.
Consumption.
talking to your friend and playing a game on Skype, that's awesome. Listening to music, playing games, that's awesome.
Now,
You
yeah,
can't you can't
Combine all of them.
play a game and watch TV though. That's fucking
Picture in picture.
you can't multitask like that.
No.
actually, not gonna lie, I used to do that on my old TV, my tube.
Yeah, same.
I would
I'd put a
I would have the
small
hockey
screen.
game up in the corner.
Yeah.
And
But what would you be playing though while you're doing that?
Oh
though?
yeah, I'd be playing Driver on the PS2.
Yeah, so nothing too.
usually
Yeah.
Call of Duty.
Like there are
Yeah.
things you'd be able to do that with then, but
Nothing
not
that's story based, of course.
right.
Oh yeah, it would have to be
Yeah.
a sport game.
But having the option there is really nice.
It's yeah. What if
Yeah,
you
that's
could play
true.
2 games at once?
Mostly for porn.
Yeah.
But yeah, people. I saw a lot of people attacking Microsoft for all these different options. But what's wrong with more options? You don't have to use them.
I think people are gonna think that there are gonna be a whole ton of problems. Like when you were saying the hand motion, I could see that being a problem already. What happened if there was like a fly in the room and you're trying to swat it and boom, TV is already messed up just because of that one little fly, and he's already out the window. He's gone.
I don't know. I think. Well, even the Kinect One was pretty accurate in detecting gestures.
Pretty accurate, yeah.
There was obviously flaws, but I feel like they would have fixed that up with the Kinect
Yeah.
too.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I think they had a video of them like showing how it was doing. Like, who knows if that's actually how it's going to perform? But it looked like it was pretty accurate.
Yeah.
So it's if it is going to be like what they've been showing so far, it is going to be an improvement. I
Being a
know some
next gen
people,
box, I
you know,
feel like that was
Yeah.
pretty accurate.
Exactly. Yeah.
What do you guys think about the used games and backwards compatibility?
Oh yeah, this is
Oh, those guys could go screw themselves, man.
Neither of the consoles are backwards compatible.
not
Yeah.
yet.
Not yet. PS4 is actually working on it. They're trying to bring PS1 games, PS2, and PS3 games on the
Cool.
PS4
Through
Like
the
a
PSN.
virtual, oh,
Well,
okay.
it's kind of
Yeah,
like
through Gaikai.
Oh, Gaikai, that's true.
Yeah.
I didn't even.
And
Gaikai.
here's the thing, because they did that last conference on E3. I don't know if it was last one, but I know they did it when they said we were gonna have cross game chat, and it was coming, this and that, and it never came. It was impossible.
It wasn't
and-
possible on the PS3. Yeah.
Yeah, so this might happen again. They're mentioning something that they want to bring, and what about if it doesn't happen? Because they said that they weren't sure if it would work, and that's gonna be bad for them.
I'm pretty sure they'll be able to do it now. They can do it on the Vita. It's already on the Vita.
Oh, they can.
Oh, really?
What? Yeah, they have.
Oh, I'm not talking about the cross game chat. I'm talking
Oh,
about
okay.
bringing the other games. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I know.
backwards
Oh, but
compatibility.
I don't.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't see an issue with that though. As you said, Gaikai, it's a streaming service. You could essentially have any game on there.
Yeah, they said they were working on it, and it wasn't.
Oh, it's a streaming. Okay.
It's it's on live, right?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
that then
it's
almost.
exactly that, but it's going to be PlayStation owns it. It's Gaikai.
I see.
yeah.
So it's I can see that happening. They already have PS1 and PS2 games on the PS3 or not PS2. Yeah, some PS2 games.
Yeah, but they're remade HDs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see an issue with that.
I know,
those
but
are,
imagine doing that to a lot of games for the PS4. It's gonna be a little.
That's true.
It's gonna take a while.
It's
Yeah.
like a lot of work.
Well, yeah, well, you could easily add a virtual console in there, right?
Yeah. Well, like what we did with the Virtual Console, and I think the Wii U probably has it as well. They had pretty much
Yep.
a whole library of games you could download, right? So they're more than likely, if they want to have this backwards compatibility without actually needing the discs and things, they would probably do something like that.
We can do it. I'm sure
Yeah.
other systems can.
Hey man, don't knock on it. It's a pretty fun console.
Yeah.
So what's up with used games? I don't know if Microsoft have gone back on their word, but I know they were gonna charge to play
heard it
used
was-
games.
I heard that was actually like just speculation. I heard that wasn't actually true.
Well,
Or-
no. What
Wait.
they said was the game is tied to your account. So basically, if you buy the game and then you sign in and register it with your account, you can go to your friend's house. If they have the game, you have to sign in with your account and you can play it. But if you sign in with an account that doesn't have that game registered to it, you can't play it.
No, I heard he say you would pay a fee.
Yeah, I heard
You
that
could pay
too.
a fee, but I heard the fee was essentially the same price of the game.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like just a
Jeez.
little lower.
So It's
Okay.
practically one game per person. That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
What
and
they're saying.
I heard that I forget where I read it though. There was a bunch of retailers up in arms about it. So I feel like that's going to get changed.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can't
sure
I
they
can't see.
they'll do it.
I think there was actually some legal issues with that because when it comes to uh, ownership of digital media, like essentially I bought that game, I should be able to play it wherever I want. That's my
Right.
stuff, right? So,
Yeah. PS4. Sony hasn't said anything about it. They were joking around on Twitter about it, so I'm sure they're not going to do that.
okay, well, yeah. Crockett just sent us an update here from GameSpot. Sources have told Polygon that the Xbox One will not require gamers to pay an activation fee to play used games, but will mandate regular checks to verify the authenticity of games.
Yeah, so that's their once online. They have a check thing, once per day or whatever, where it checks online. So it's probably going to be that. It's DRM, but it's still not having to pay, for a new game when it's used.
As
That's
long as I
better.
don't have to keep out bringing cash out of my pocket to play a game, then
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, it
pretty
shouldn't come
good.
to that.
Yeah.
exactly.
All right, let's move on to controllers.
Mm.
Which controller you want to talk about first?
I feel like this one is purely based off opinion.
Totally, yes. Well,
Uh,
we can talk about both of them.
I like both. I thought both were good.
I
Um.
personally have never necessarily liked the DualShock, but the new version of it, like the new PlayStation 4 controller, it's looking a little bit nicer. It looks a little bit more ergonomic to me, anyways. It's just I've never necessarily liked the
Yeah,
feel
to
of it.
me,
That's all.
in the end, it looks the same, which is good. You know,
Similarities.
yeah, it's good because that way I don't gotta get used to something else.
well, if it ain't broke,
But
don't fix it, right?
It's a bit more
yeah, but they've added some new features like the share button, and you can connect your headset at the bottom like an Xbox controller, and it has that little touchpad that I'm not gonna fucking use. I'm sure I'm not unless it's
Yeah.
required in a game. But it's there, you know.
I'd like to
And
see what they do with it, but it could be
yeah,
very gimmicky.
I
yeah,
feel like for the most part, developers are going to use it during cutscenes, so maybe you can alter the camera a bit or something.
Yeah, I could see
yeah.
it being used in an Uncharted cutscene or something.
I'm
Yeah.
sure exclusives they will use it,
Oh, of course.
but a lot, but not the other ones. Uh, the Xbox controller, it looks the same, which is also a good thing. I heard they made the controls more accurate, so that's definitely good for a console, you know. And I
Oh,
don't know
there
if you
was.
guys
Sorry,
go ahead.
I was going to say there's force feedback, I guess, in the triggers now as well.
Yeah, their motors, I forget what they call them, but there's supposed to be some high precision motors basically in there for rumbles. They're supposed to be very
Yeah,
responsive to
And
different
Adam
things.
Sessler said he tested it and it was actually pretty cool because you could get shot from one side
Yeah,
and you could actually feel it coming from that side.
oh, that's really nice.
yeah,
That's good.
that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Um,
What about the headset plug? You know, they changed it. You need
did they
to
move
buy
it?
an adapter.
Oh, of
Really.
course they
Oh.
did.
And of course, they took away the
They remind
battery
me
pack
of
as well.
they remind me of fucking Apple. Apple does that.
Well,
Everything's
Sony does that a lot too. Proprietary stuff. It's
Yeah, actually,
huge
Sony's
issue.
really
Sony's
Oh,
pretty
I
bad
haven't.
for it.
I don't really buy their shit, but they didn't do it with their console, you know.
Oh no, they look at their memory cards.
Memory cards are the biggest things. Yeah.
Yeah.
When it comes to cables, generally they use the standard stuff.
Yeah.
But
Well, you for the controller, right? So
yeah, I don't know. I when it comes to controllers though, a PlayStation controller is always my favorite. My hands are symmetrical. I like a symmetrical controller. It's weird though because I have big hands, so you would think I'd like the Xbox controller. I don't know. I prefer the symmetry. And the analog sticks are a big part of it for me too. The analog sticks I find on the Xbox controller they have less room for movement for side to side, up down, whereas on the PlayStation the base is wider, so you have a lot more I guess a wider angle or turn radius, um, which allows for a lot more precision I find. But
Yeah.
again, this is all up to person.
Well, with the Xbox controller, the what do you call them? Damn it, I don't
the
know what they're called. The
D-pad, thumbsticks,
no, yeah, the thumbsticks. Yeah, thank you. They go
joysticks.
concave, right? They go deep in. So,
Yeah.
you can get a really good grip. That's what I like. And I'm
The
seeing the PS4 controller. They're finally doing that because I
uh
know the PS3 controller they don't
no, they're
concave.
they're
Right, they're convex basically,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are convex. Yeah.
and I didn't like that. I can stand it.
One thing I heard about the Xbox One controller too is something about the buttons being controlled like they can be harder to press. So like for certain things, like there's something that's controlled there. cannot remember what that was called now. I have.
Which
It's something about with the Xbox One controller. Something about the actual controls being they can get more stiff or something when the game. It's
like
something to do with that
resist
same
buttons.
motor. Yeah, basically. I have to find that now. My
That'd be kind of cool
information is
because
off.
you
I was
get
watching
into
a
a
video
fight
the other day.
with someone in a game and yeah, like they're strangling you and you end up having to push harder on a button.
Yeah, see, that would be kind of cool. Maybe
They
I'm just
used to have that on the
pretty sure.
even in the PS1, but on the PS4 they removed it. How
Really?
how sensible the buttons are. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
do
cool.
remember they said that. Yeah, that's true.
yeah, they removed it. And not a lot of games would use it. I only remember Metal Gear Solid using that, and that's it.
There was a few games that use it. I know some racing games used it, and I would wonder why I'm going slower than everyone else because I wasn't pushing the button as hard. um,
Maybe that's all.
but one of my other cool features, nothing major, but the light bar on the back of the controller of the PS4
Oh
controller
yeah.
allows motion tracking. Like the PlayStation Move,
Move.
which I feel like I'm the only person in the world that actually enjoyed that. The the light bar on the back also can change. Say if you're getting shot or your health is low, they can change the color of the light bar. They can also use it to indicate which player is what
Yeah.
based off colors. But I feel like in a dark room, which I usually play in, if you change the light bar on the back, it's going to change the atmosphere of the room and kind of just immerse you a little more too. I feel like that's a possibility.
It's a cool idea. Yeah.
So it's all up to developers to use that to their.
Yeah. So they showed all of this before E3. What do you think Sony's got to do to keep the crowd on their side?
More
Uh,
games.
I I would I'd say games. Yeah, obviously. I actually have a list of confirmed games here um, that they're going to be bringing out. And if the biggest thing I noticed between the Microsoft, they only have a rumored list for Microsoft, but a rumored list of games for Microsoft and the list for Sony is that Microsoft seems to be going for sequels. Um, they're not coming out with new
Well,
IPs, whereas Sony is purely about new ideas, new IPs all the time.
Yeah, I think Microsoft said they were bringing
yeah, 8.
15
I
new
think.
IPs.
Well, it was 15 first-party games, and I think 8 of them were new IPs, and the rest were all
Uh,
sequels. But still, 8 new IPs. If it is that number, I think it's around that. Is better than nothing for sure.
Yo,
I mean,
that's true.
that's a pretty good number for a year.
Yeah, exactly.
Is
yeah,
that's in this year?
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
is it
actually
this year?
I'm
those are.
not sure if it's
I
this
think they
year.
were saying launch games. I can't remember. It was first-party games, maybe within the first
Did you
year.
say these are first party or
Um,
third party?
I will have to
Because
find.
I know Microsoft's model for games is one or two IPs a year from themselves, personally.
Right. Maybe
Um,
it's not necessarily first then.
and whereas Sony actually said, I think it was last year, they said they actually want to start following that business model because you notice a lot of these big name games, AAA titles coming out that aren't getting much attention at all because they're trying to focus on too many things at once. Whereas
Yeah,
Microsoft, how many commercials you see for Halo or Gears of War, but those are the only games they come out with, so they can focus on those games, right?
Yeah.
right.
But I feel
Nah,
it's
but
going somewhere.
I like new games. You know, Beyond Two Souls, fucking The Last of Us, all that shit.
Yeah. Oh, and
Fucking hype for that.
anybody that's been waiting for this, apparently they are announcing The Last Guardian.
I
Finally.
never
Oh,
played it.
um,
Is that bad? I never played it.
Nope,
No,
it's not.
no, don't worry. I'm on with.
It
I'm
was
with you on
supposed to
this
come
one.
out at the beginning of the
yeah,
PS3 cycle.
I've watched a few things on that. That game is
No, I'm saying, is it bad that I haven't played one or something like that?
Oh
it's a new IP,
Am I
isn't it?
missing out? Am I missing out on something?
no,
No.
It's made by the
it's a new
people who
IP.
made
Oh, okay, okay.
Colossus and stuff.
Ico, I think, right?
Yeah, Team
need-
Icon.
I,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, I need to
They
check that
they
out.
made Shadow of the Colossus, was it?
Yep. Yeah, and Eco, of course.
Yes. Um, yeah. So a lot of IPs. Like if I'm looking at the list here, we got Beyond Two Souls, Drive Club. Um, I guess Infamous is a sequel. I guess in a way, we got Knack, Puppeteer, Tearaway, Last Guardian, Last of Us, Until Dawn, Warrior's Lair, and then the Wonder Book Nightcrawler. But it's just new IPs, and that's what they're focusing on. But I feel like getting back on topic here that they need to show some of the features in action, just what other things the system can do now. Because if Microsoft plans on bringing a bunch of big games to the table, and they showed all these awesome features that the system could do, Sony's going to be left behind if they're only showing games, right? I mean, that's their focus. They said, Kaz himself said, is our focus. It was at D11 conference. He said, the PS4 is for gamers, and that's our focus. They want to make sure they retain that core audience before they start to really delve into all the insane features and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they should touch features again. I actually think it's best if they just go straight for games and announce new things.
Hey,
I don't.
I feel like a lot of people are on your side too. I'm just someone that likes getting my bang for my buck, so I look for everything that it can do.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm looking for features as well. And while I was impressed kind of with the conference from Microsoft, but most people, yeah, are looking purely for games. They want a system that's going to be dedicated to gaming, and
Yeah.
I think Kaz has recognized that, and that's why he's come out and said that the PS4 is focused on gamers.
Yeah. What about Microsoft? What do they got to do? Because they don't have the crowd on their side, but I'm sure they can take it easily on
They need
E3.
to stop talking about all this television stuff. Like, it is cool, but they need to move the focus over to the. Like, I know they've talked about games already a bit, but they need to move over to that topic. I think a bit more. Show us what the controller can do a little bit more. Show us a little bit more specifics about the console itself. Um, that's what I think, anyways. They
Yeah.
need to
Show
just move
those
away
eight
move their
IPs.
focus. Yeah, exactly. Give us
Yeah.
at least
Yeah.
some teasers or something for some of
Yeah.
these.
I feel like whoever has the best exclusives this year is gonna win E3. Uh,
Hmm.
Not talking about the features because the features are good on both systems,
Right.
but I think in the end we all want games. You
Hmm.
know.
Yeah, and that's the issue too, as you point out there. We haven't seen an actual confirmed. Like I have a rumored list here that people have put together. I think it was IGN has put together or something. Um, and there's a lot of good games on here, but none of them are confirmed, right? We don't actually know
Yeah.
what they're going to be.
For
All
the
right.
most part,
Anything?
anyways.
All right, I guess that kind of wraps up what we have for before our pre three conference here. If you guys have any closing words, just want to say goodbye.
All right. Well, it's definitely been fun, guys. We definitely covered some good points here. Adam, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it was pretty good. Pretty good. Screwstone.
All right, guys. Well, I guess that's it. Hopefully you did enjoy this video, and we'll see you again at E3 next time.
And as always, keep gaming hard.
Spice
All right.
Girls.
I'm
Got
going.
it.
I'm going. All right, guys. What I need a burp.
That's it. That's our finish.
Oh, buddy.
We good?
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.